Hey everybody, it's Ryan Derfler. Saw the post on here and wanted to respond with a video. I feel like sometimes just writing comments doesn't work as well, and I'm much more an in-person kind of guy, which is why my wife and I bought the cafe to begin with. We actually, for the last couple of years, have lived almost across the street and really have loved this community. It's why we did the magazine to begin with. I love writing, I love publishing, love sharing stories. Have always yearned to have a community where I know my neighbors. I'm an Eagle Scout, been very involved in the church youth group and just serving neighbors and just fellowshipping with people. And when we lived in California, we're the same there. And so really everything we do is about trying to connect with our neighbors and be authentic and have meaningful relationships. And the cool thing is that hundreds of families in this community have shared stories over the past few years and in the magazine. And so we thought that Junction Cafe, first and foremost, would give us a space to meet and connect around those stories, right? So if you read about someone who's a great artist or an author, or they're just doing something cool, composting, gardening, doing RC cars, making an invention, we could follow up the article with an opportunity to get together at the cafe. So that's why I bought it. The former owner, Jen, had shut it down and had just reopened, and she was going to change the model because, let's face it, we are in a different day. It was the pandemic year, and it wasn't what it used to be. People, the primary clientele, a lot of them didn't come back. They were leaving, not leaving the home, and tried takeout and to go, and it just wasn't working. And offered me a chance to buy it, and I prayed about it with my wife, and we felt like we should. But it was never intended right out of the gate to be that cafe. That business was going away, whether people realize it or not. We bought it to provide a place for people to gather. Now, I probably confused everybody because I hired a chef, a local girl from the community, and gave her a chance to try to make a go of it. And she did a great job in a lot of ways. But I was spending a lot of money every month to make that possibility a reality, and was losing $6,000-7,000 a month. And I did that for 4 months, and I had to push the pause button on that and really just have been renting it out for people that want a cool little spot on Route 1 to have their party or their baby shower or their birthday celebration or their Bible study. We record a podcast there. So I kind of use it. It's in use. Certainly could be used more. We actually make it where you can book an appointment to come have a private lunch or shop. And people have been taking advantage of that. So that's kind of the good news. Listen, I want a cafe too. I was at Mushroom Cafe just about as much as anybody living across the street. And so, yearn for the day when I can go in with the kids and get, breakfast and all that. It's a hard business right now more than ever before. A lot of cafes that serve food stopped. Some are starting to bring it back. There's a lot of uncertainty in that business. It's a hard business. It's not my business specialty at all. And so I've been looking for a partner to come in and run that food business. I think I have somebody, so I'm really excited about this fall resuming the normal cafe type service that you guys want. Stay tuned. We're working hard to make that a possibility, and I hope that's super helpful. The best way right now to stay in the loop is to give us your email address on the website. Thousands of people have done that. We send out periodic updates on what's happening. We post some on on social media as well. And I hope that's helpful. And in the meantime, the supper club that we've done periodically was really a way for us to help other restaurants get business. Like, we would literally just take the orders and pass the business right on to those businesses, because if you don't know, restaurants have had a really hard time, and we've tried to help them through this using our platform. We've also highlighted a lot of charities. I make the space available for charities that need a space to meet. We run stories on charities because, again, the needs have risen and donations have fallen in a lot of cases. So, again, we're trying to help wherever we can. Looking through some of the other comments, Carl, Melanie, these are people, I would say I'll meet with you anytime at the cafe. If you have any grievance against me or my business, I'm not a guy to go share that stuff online. I'm a one-on-one type person. I've called you guys, don't hear back. So, call me anytime. I'm glad to sit down with anybody anytime and talk about it. I understand our situation with the house is a whole other ball of wax, but I would caution you to say it's not about the house for us. Trust me. We prayed and said, God, if you're closing the door on Chad's Ford, we will move. We'll go down to Texas, where we have community and people that have worked for us, and didn't sense that was the time, and got a vision for something else. And we're fortunate that a lot of other people in the community have shared that vision and are supporting it. And it looks like we have some exciting things coming here, possibly in the fall. So more to come. But I assure you, we're not money laundering, and I assure you that I, as well as dozens of people every month, put their heart and soul into that magazine. Whether you read it or not or don't like it, I think we could all do well to be kind to each other, because it's not my magazine. I mean, it is in a way, but there's 30 people that share every month, and they change. And I think you have to look at it and say, if they were reading this about, if you're saying their story is strange or worthless, that's not the kind of neighbor I want to be. So I try to be positive. I think these online forums have devolved sometimes into cesspools. I have no interest in that. I do have an interest in meeting with every one of you, even my naysayers or critics at Junction Cafe for a coffee, and I'll gladly open it for you to do that. And so I love this community. I love so many of you that I've had a chance to meet, even those that disagree with me. I think that's great. It's healthy. If we can be respectful, that's awesome. And my cell phone number, call me anytime, 717-222-9547. I'm your neighbor. I'd like to get to know you, a lot of you guys more that I haven't met. And I hope that hope this makes sense. All right? Bye, guys.